Zatanna. You know what time it is, no press fam. Welcome all to another episode of The Beatdown, the segment where we take multitudes of characters from across many universes and have them battle it out. I am your gracious host, Class. And if you enjoy our content, share, like, subscribe, and become a No Press fan member. We put out new episodes every week. Also, if you want to learn about origins or abilities, check out our playlist titled Brief Origins or BAF. May event 2026 is going to be another classic match up. But one thing that has been a constant is the undefeated streak of Thor, the god of thunder, and the incredible might that is the Hulk, each year defeating some tough opponents. But this time their reign might have finally come to an end. Two teams from DC Comics will fight for the chance to face off against the streak. But the question is, who will come out on top? Or whom? Let's get this team's up started. In this corner, the alien from Krypton and the Amazonian warrior herself, Superman and Wonder Woman. Now let's talk about the endgame. These two have been matched together for a very long time, and the two are considered the toughest fighters they have on the Justice League. Apologies. Both alone could do damage to more than one hero or villain by themselves. So imagine a might of two forces coming together. Zatanna is the tricky one for them, but Wonder Woman may have a solution to place her off commission for a time, as her tiara is a deadly weapon and could take out Zatanna's voice before she could utter a word. Of course, she can still use her powers with writing or other forms, but it still buys time for the two to take her on quickly or form a plan to keep her out of the game completely. Or use Superman's heat vision to burn her throat to avoid her being able to conjure her move. Swamp Thing is still tough to fight against, but keep that swamp away from him and a long fight against those two will prove to be extremely difficult, even with the extra helping hand. Superman could rush tackle Zatanna or toss her fast enough out of orbit. With the sudden move, she would be out of Earth's atmosphere and begging for oxygen until she popped like a balloon. He can go for a quick neck snap if they don't decide how to move carefully. Like, you know, if they're having a quick moment, they have to react quickly, and he might be able to do that. And it also gives them like off guard situation because Zatanna's not going to see that coming, and probably Swamp Thing either. After that, it's 2-on-1 from there. So pretty much get Zatanna out of the way and then just focus entirely on Swamp Thing. Ram into Swamp Thing or cut him up into bits, and time for regeneration won't be long, but maybe long enough to finish it off. So it is true that Swamp Thing does have some incredible regenerated healing factors, so it's hard to always put him down completely. So yeah, you have to bear that in mind, but it does take some kind of form of time. Not too long of a time, obviously, but enough maybe for them to think of another way to think around him. Have Superman keep Swamp Thing busy while Wonder Woman took down Zatanna. Zatanna is a worthy adversary on her own, but facing an Amazonian princess is definitely a challenge to have to overcome. Wonder Woman could have a great diversion with her shield, toss the lasso on her, and swiftly get her close to her enough to use her blade on her. If Zatanna decides to use some sort of energy blast, Wonder Woman has her bracelets to block such a hit, thus having it deflect off her and bounce back to Zatanna, or even harness that energy and then throw it back with additional force, placing her bracelets together. Superman has a solar flare technique that could quite possibly be a game changer, as it has a pretty far and intense blast, enough so to wipe out Swamp and perhaps the man himself if Zatanna weren't to react on time to shield both of them from the blast. Use their speed to their advantage, as they move very fast sometimes, giving Flash a run for his money every now and then. I'm talking about Superman, of course. Well, in the case of Superman, but don't count out Wonder Woman, who dodges bullets like it was nothing. Both speedsters, in a sense, could use that to keep Swamp Thing and Zatanna from being able to pinpoint them long enough to nail a hit on them. Their combination of strength is clearly greater than Swamp Thing's and Zatanna. Swamp Thing is the reliant muscle, but how long can he honestly hold these two back? Old school Wonder Woman pulled moons, and Superman took over for Atlas' job. The strength is up there and won't overtake Swamp, which means Zatanna is probably going to be riding solo after a while against these two muscle bounds. To sum it up, incredible strength on their side, incredible speed on their side, being on a team and being able to work to unison in it, also right up there. This fight would definitely be a doozy, but at the end of it all, Superman and Wonder Woman are just too great of a force to put down, making them the best option to face against Thor and Hulk. Alright, now in this corner, from the Justice League Dark, a team that deals with what goes bumping in the night. DC Comics own the protector of the green, Swamp Thing, and his partner, the Homo Magi herself, Zatanna. Alright, now let's talk about the endgame. These two have dealt with the dark mystic arts, which is another level of threat, as these arts possess dimensional conquering and world taking, and these two have fought together against those odds. Zatanna's magic helps a great deal against Superman, as Superman is not too fond of magic. She can place him in some sort of magic prison just long enough for Swamp Thing and her to take out Wonder Woman and then work on him. Swamp Thing isn't a weak link. He could definitely take on Superman and has in old school comics. Superman attempted to keep him in some sort of bubble he designed, and Swamp Thing was able to phase out of it. He even placed Superman to sleep one time using his mind manipulation. Trust me, he can be the muscle necessary to finish either of them and also have additional tricks up his sleeve. Keep him in his swamp and he is unstoppable. Wonder Woman and Superman's might is impressive, but it won't mean anything if Swamp Thing has a home field advantage. Having Zatanna on his side helps greatly, as she knows how he operates and keeps the fight at the home front rather than allow them to move the fight elsewhere. Her powers can form a dome over them to avoid escape or teleport them back to the swamp if they happen to change locations at any time. Let's say Superman and Wonder Woman do figure it out and they try to lure them out of there. Zatanna's got their back on that. Both have their own source of healing properties. If they were to take a damage, both members have unique abilities to heal. His connection to Mother Earth and its elements helps with his regenerating any piece of whatever he loses, while her magic allows her to heal any part just with her own might. Increase Swamp Thing's powers. Zatanna has infinite magic spells to help make this turn to their favor, and one is giving Swamp Thing more power to tap into or forming a strong enough magic based shield to help Swamp Thing get close enough without losing limbs doing so. Zatanna's magic helps them even the odds and even get a rise over them, as her magic is limitless. She has yet to reach the tipping point of her magic. She can alter her size, make them smaller, create kryptonite, cause illusions against Wonder Woman and Superman. She can take them to a realm where no sun exists, or a realm where the two would find difficulty navigating around unknown territory. Swamp Thing can transport them to a realm that favors him more, allowing them to take control of the fight. Swamp Thing can extend his limbs, meaning he can keep the two of them from escaping or creating too much distance. Apologies. Zatanna can use her magic to toss a giant tank and then have Swamp Thing rush in at the same time, so when they cut down the tank, he can go between the split and surprise them with a might hit with his fists increased to a boulder-like size. So when he's like hitting them, he's hitting them with like a boulder and with his fists. His fists are turned into boulders and he rams them with them like a quick rush. Swamp Thing has the green for numerous defense and offense, providing an army to assist them. They can keep slicing him, but the two of them, but he'll just keep on coming back to his full form and ready to go. His element control is vast, while Zatanna has all the weapons and tools needed to keep the fight interesting and on their side. Magic that can take them to other dimensions, fighting creatures never seen by normal humans, and in this case, Kryptonians or Amazonians. She can disarm them or increase her and Swamp Thing's powers. Element and magic working together is truly unstoppable to put down, and the perfect combo to face the Gamma Ray Green Monster and the Asgardian himself. But as always, No Press fam, it's not up to me, it's up to you guys. So if you liked either one of my arguments, you know what you can do? You can hashtag Swamp Thing and Zatanna, or you can hashtag Superman and Wonder Woman. And as always, No Press fam, we really appreciate you guys keeping it 900 subs. Peace. Shout out to all my content supporters. We're not working together, but we like to give credit where credit is due. Ivan the Unstoppable for all the knowledge of comic feats. Watch Mojo for origins and for all the background videos. Comic Historian, Comics Explained, and Key Issues. Go ahead and check them out and tap into the world of comics by supporting other creators. Link to channels will be in the description below.